So the Bible records that Jesus, knowing that he came from God. Some of you have suffered from all kinds of addictions. Some of you have suffered from all kinds of lack, such that you have lost your identity. I came to tell you to wake up this morning. Wake up! The situations of life want to tell you that you are the son of a carpenter. They want you to lose your identity. That's what the earth wants to do, sir. When you go to school, they will give you third class. God made everybody equal. School came and divided it and began to rate men according to their mental capacity to understand the things that their forefathers wrote. They began to base your personality from another man's knowledge. The knowledge that another man sat down to write, they now use it and calculate you and say, since you are not measuring up to the standard of this man, you are a third class student. And then the guy begins to work all the days of his life, limited by the paper given to him by another man. They now tell you that you can't have a job. You are not read. You are not educated. Is it about the script of another man's knowledge, or is it about the things that God has invested inside of me? It is possible for you to, by the struggles of, you can lose your identity. The guy forgot that his father was a wealthy man. He forgot, and he was reduced to a point where he began to dine with pigs. A prince. There are many things that you are going through, and the aim of that thing is so that you can live the consciousness that you are from heaven and begin to fellowship with the consciousness that you have earth. So every day you masturbate, you lose another consciousness of God. Satan tells you that you are not worthy. Satan tells you that God is angry with you and God wants to kill you. And every day you keep walking with the guilt of darkness. You keep walking. And even when your father is standing at the door waiting for one day that you will show up, you keep on hiding from God. That reality is not of God. God did not place in man the faculty to hide from his presence. Part of the things that is the confidence of man is that anytime the Shekinah shows up, he dies in it. He dies. But the day that man fell and became conscious of the earth, he now knew that he was naked. He now knew. He now knew that he was flesh and blood. He now knew that he could die. Those things were not trapped in his possibilities. It was not trapped. The day you wake up, you will know that masturbation has no power over you. You will know. Malaka bombrakata. Walata siatokaba. Renta burakabatala. Sheberekatala. When you wake up, then you will know that though my beginning might be small, there is something that is captured in my reality. My latter ends are greatly increased. Oh, these were common fishermen. They didn't know that written in the scripts of their destiny was that they were going to rise into a certain level of stature, that they would begin to fish men. They didn't know. So they were conscious of the fish that they were catching in the river. That was all they thought their life would be. They didn't know written in the annals of eternities were men that will turn their world upside down. They allowed the net of fishes to limit the great potentials that God has put inside of them. So every day they went there, that was a man destined to save 10,000 people going for fishes, until a day came when the one that illuminates men showed up, and Jesus said, you will no longer fish, you will be fishers of men. Jesus, the one that holds the manuscripts of your destiny, is the one that can accurately tell you how man can function. When Jesus showed up, he saw that people were prayerless, and he said, no, this is not part of your reality. He said, man ought always to what? Pray. When you wake up, you will know prayer is no longer a burden. Prayer is one of your installation in the spirit. You will know that prayer is part of your build-up. You were built as a creature of prayer. Oh my God. And all of a sudden the men are woken. They are woken from their slumber. And then the same cripple that Peter saw by every day, he became conscious of something. He walked to the man. He said, silver and gold I do not have, Yes, it's possible for you to not have money in your pocket, but that doesn't stop the internal life of God that is in your spirit. It's possible. It's possible. Oh, he saw the man. He said, yes, in the earth realm, I don't have something, but in the spirit, there is an investment bank. There is something I can draw from that will ensure that you walk even now, not tomorrow, now. You looked at your mother and you say, Mommy, I know I might not have money to give you, but I know a God. I know a God that if I call on, he will respond today, not tomorrow, today. Oh my God, brother, if you don't have money in time, please have investment in the spirit. Have it in the spirit. Have it in abundance. Jesus said, where your treasure is, there your heart will be. Some people, their treasure is in Union Bank. Please let your treasure be in heaven. Let your treasure be there. Let your treasure be there. Because when bank closes, all their life has crumbled. But when bank closes, a kingdom man will switch into the economy of the spirit, and then he will begin to prosecute the assignment of God. Awake. In the spirit, the Bible records that Gideon was a mighty man of valor. When the angels looked, they wondered why Gideon was hiding. This was a man that was highly esteemed in the heavens. When he came to the earth realm, the situation of his family brought his consciousness down. He began to hide. He began to hide. He began to hide until the angel of the Lord showed up and said, "Oh thou Gideon, mighty man of valor." Mighty man. Mighty man. The guy said, "Where is the God of our fathers?" You now saw that it was the circumstances of life that made him to lose his identity. Somebody, you need an encounter. That is part of the things that awaken the glory of God within your vessel. When the Lord comes with an encounter, you will notice that you are no longer the son of a carpenter. You came from light, and to light you will return. The drunkard on the street doesn't know that a prophetic grace is upon his life, but he has allowed Satan reduce him to holding bottles. He didn't know that written in the annals of eternity was a mighty man of valor. He didn't know he was defined by his bank account. He was defined by the fact that he didn't come from a wealthy family. He didn't know. He didn't know. He didn't know that the script of God written in heaven is more important than the names of men. Don't allow any man call you the son of a carpenter. Jesus, knowing that he came from heaven. There is a time in a man's life where you need to awaken to the realities that God has put upon your life. He said, when the Lord turned again the captivity of Zion, they were like them that dream. Then their mouth was filled with praise. He turns captivity. He turns captivity. He can change the situation.